him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-o-my-gob, it's time for the only news that matters. And everyone knows that it's hard out there for a touring musician these days. Costs are high, logistics are a bitch, and you're not even guaranteed to sell out with inflation fucking everyone in the wallet. But when it comes to KK's Priest, vocalist Tim Ripper Owens thinks the iconic heavy metal band Judas Priest is actively sabotaging their former bandmates' project on the road. That point of contention came about during a recent interview with Sense Music Media, in which Ripper Owens was discussing the current state of the touring industry while promoting his band's solo band's coming tour in Australia. And while he speaks a lot about some of the difficulties that heavy metal bands face, Owens made an aside to somewhat accuse Rob Halford and the gang of purposely booking shows near where former Judas Priest guitarist KK Downing's band KK's Priest was playing. This is what he said. He said, I think it's just saturated with a lot of stuff. I mean, when we toured with KK's Priest the last time, Iron Maiden was touring on the West Coast when we were touring, and then Judas Priest was touring, Megadeth was touring, and Judas Priest, I think they might have had their tour just to play the next city where we were on purpose, because we would play Canada in Toronto, and the next day they would play Niagara Falls, which is right down the street. But that's how it is. So I think it's really tough and it's expensive. So what happens, and everybody's, they spend their $300 on an Iron Maiden ticket and $150 or whatever to Judas Priest in America. You know, Maiden's probably 100 and something, and Judas Priest is probably 50 or something like that in America. You know, I'm guessing 50 or 60, but that becomes a lot of money, so it's becoming expensive. Yeah, Ripper's not wrong about ticket prices being so damn expensive. It's been a problem for a long time, but something tells me Judas Priest doesn't have to follow their former guitar band all over the place just to sabotage the guy. Seems a little conspiracy theory-ish, if you ask me. All right. I read all that. I didn't write that. I didn't say that. Yeah, it is. The ticket prices, man, it's like, I don't even want to go to shows no more. It's such a ripoff, you know? Because I'm paying these crazy prices to see a band that I saw in their glory years. You know? I mean, I'm not going to see Judas Priest or KK's Priest and see what I saw at Sunrise Musical Theater on the Screaming for Vengeance tour, or Defenders of the Faith tour, or goddamn, even Jugulator was an amazing damn show I saw at the Button South. None of them's going to be that. And I have seen KK's Priest. They're great, but it wasn't like the Jugulator tour, and I have seen Judas Priest. And it's nothing like the 83, 84 tours, you know? So back then I paid what? $20 the most maybe at that club show, and under 20 at the 80s, those pre-shows. You know, I was looking at one of my tickets the other day, and there's actually a parking fee on the ticket, and it's 50 cents. What a ripoff. Today it's $50. You know, actually, I almost paid $50 once, and then I was like, fuck this. I drove into the West Palm Beach amphitheater, and when I parked, you know, he's like $50. I was like, what? Is there anywhere I can park? Oh, you can park at the end. I think it's like $30. I did. I said, fuck this. And I did. I ended up paying $30, you know, which is a ripoff, man. But $50? Come on. because it's closer. You know, I mean, geez, and then, you know, forget about alcohol and food and damn, even if I wanted to buy water, it's like fucking over $5 for a glass or a little bottle. You know, it's just ridiculous going to shows now. And then I watch a show, even if it's a good show, I saw it before and it was better before. You know what I'm trying to say, man? Well, what I'm trying to say is get off my lawn, basically. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old, and just as years go by, I get more and more disgusted at shows, you know? I grew up in the 80s when it was fucking awesome. There were so many fucking rules. I remember walking into the fucking Hollywood Sportatorium and it was covered in pot smoke. You know? People fucking getting fucked up. It was a vibe. It was a fucking vibe. That vibe is not around anymore, man. That vibe hasn't been around in decades. Everything is so sanitized now. There's no rock and roll. Unless you go to a club show. Go to a club show, it's a different deal. But if you go to, like, you know, theater shows or arena shows, it's also sanitized. And it doesn't have that vibe. Even, you know, when the band comes out and plays on stage, it doesn't have the vibe that I felt in the 80s. Get off my lawn. And the ticket prices, look, I understand inflation. Back in the day, tickets were cheap. I understand they'd be more expensive today, but not this expensive. Come on. That's a total greedy corporate bullshit going on. You know, as I understand, it's like these venues or the promoters offer such and such band. Yeah, I'll give you this much money if you play my venue. And the band said, okay, I'll do it. Then that guy jacks up the prices so much that he makes way more than he should be, you know? I take it, you know, maybe, all right, the most, $60, the most. You'll make good money, but you got to pay the band a little less, you know? But not that much less. You want to make money. They want to make money. $60. $60, and I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about. $60 the front row, and the blood and the fucking nosebleeds. The very last row in the back, $60. That's how it was when I was a kid, man. It doesn't matter where you sit in that fucking place. The prices were all the same. But now it's like, you gotta have like crazy amount of money to get like good seats. Bad seats, you know, are hundreds of bucks. You know, especially if they play this place as the Hard Rock here. Like, you know, it's a smaller venue. And when McCartney played there, I never missed a McCartney show since 1990. The cheapest seats, I'm talking about nosebleeds, $1,100. Fuck you. Fuck you, Paul McCartney, promoter. Because Paul McCartney said, hey, pay me this much. All right, promoter's like, all right, I'm going to charge thousands and thousands of bucks. And I'll be generous to the guy at the very top, the nosebleeds. I'll charge him just $1,000 and throw in a couple $100. But everywhere else, thousands. Come on. I mean, that's a complete snow job. But man, people do go. I mean, there wouldn't be these shows, these expensive shows, if people weren't paying these prices. You know, that's the thing. The people are to blame, not promoters. Shit. Promoters are like, fuck, I could rip these people off and get away with it. And buy a couple more houses. And everybody bitches about it, but they'll pay. I'm not, man. I'm done. Unless it's a reasonable price. And it's got to be indoors. I'm old. Fuck stadium shows. I hate stadium shows. I even hate amphitheater shows. Anything outdoor. No. I want to be air conditioned because I'm an old man. All right? Get off my lawn. And I seen it. That's the thing that gets me. is that I saw it when it was better and way cheaper. Well, reasonably to price back then. It was reasonable. Now it's not reasonable at all. And I'm getting a downgrade for what I saw for hundreds and hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars cheaper. I remember Paul McCartney. The first time I saw Paul McCartney, my friend Milo went to go buy tickets because I was working, and he ended up getting nosebleeds for the first show, and right when he was getting it, the chick said to him, "Oh, they got another show they just had. I want a ticket?" And he's like, "Yes, we got front row seats." And guess what? Those front row seats cost the same amount that those nosebleeds did. You know, so I saw it on the nosebleeds and front row. I'm talking front row. I mean, all the way up front at a stadium for the same amount of money that it costs to be in the nosebleeds. I don't have the ticket handy to tell you the price, but it couldn't have been more than $25 or something like that. You know? I mean, even back then, $25 was crazy. I remember the Monsters of Rock tour. I never seen Metallica. I wanted to see Metallica badly. This was 1988. The tickets were $25. And I remember, whoa, that's a ripoff, man. But then we were also, a bunch of headliners on their Scorps, Doc and this and that. All right, yeah, I can kind of understand, but damn, $25. $25, you can't even park for $25 at a show now. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, on top of how much they're charging for tickets, then the venue charges a crazy amount for parking and charges the band a percentage of the merch they sell. That's why merch costs so much at an arena show, because the fucking the arena is charging band. But you know what? Clubs do it too. Those clubs suck, I gotta tell you. I was touring, and there were some clubs I played. I can't remember the name of the club, but the one in Atlanta. And there was another one. I think it wasn't Philadelphia. Damn, it was on the way there though. Virginia. They charged us for the merch we fucking sold. Those clubs suck, you know? I don't know. I remember, I'm sure back in the old days, man, they weren't charging bands. Sportatorium, I'm sure, didn't charge bands because the fucking prices were reasonable. Now it's $40, $50 for a shirt. Get the fuck out of here. I can go online and get it half that price. You know? Ridiculous. But, hey, supply and demand. And I understand there's a lot of younger people than me that didn't get to see these bands. So this is their opportunity. I just want to let you guys know. Yeah, you saw them or you saw one member left in the band or whatever. But guess what? I saw the old shit. And it's a downgrade now. That's why I don't want to even go to shows anymore. Unless it's a band I've never seen before. And I'll always go to club shows because I like supporting bands that need the support, you know? But anyway, that's it for the only news that matters. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And ring that little notification bell. And, like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and Schmack-o Macabre.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.